In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all two stocks that are set to explode tomorrow. And why y'all should keep them in your watch list. I am holding one of them. All right, so I'm going to get into the details of why I'm actually holding that one stock. And we're also going to do an update on some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. All right, y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the SPY futures, and what y'all see again, I had this red box. I drew that red box on Monday night. I couldn't make a video on Tuesday night because the thoughts and opinions that I had on Monday night were exactly the same. But regardless, when we look at the SPY, the CPI report was put out this morning. Today is Wednesday, and it turned out to be cooler than expected. Let's check that out real quick. So here it is. As you can see, we're trending down right now from the highs of 3.5 from March to 3.4 to 3.3. The market liked it a lot, and we saw a big surge in the tech industry. All right, now we're going to look at what's going to happen tomorrow. Looking at the daily charts, it still got room. When I look at the SPY stuff, I think it got room to 55,000. I think it can make that big push. And when we look at the Nasdaq futures, that one 20,000 wouldn't be too far-fetched. As we're climbing up, those candles are getting larger and larger. The hint of the continuation, the hint for a cooler CPI was when the bulls slowly started to take over and when these candles started to get larger. All right, and right now I think we're gonna make one final push to 20,000 tomorrow. We might get there by like 11 a.m. maybe 12 p.m. All right, so that's my thoughts on the indices. Now, the first stock that I want to share with you guys, this one I actually have, and I bought it today. All right, that one is SMH. I want to share SMH with y'all. For those of you who don't know this is the VanEck Semiconductor ETF, meaning like the semiconductors like your NVDA, AMD, all of these stocks. All right, this is a part of it. It's an ETF. It has good options. Those contracts are cheap and nice. And the upside for this one, I think, it's quite a lot. Now, I bought it. Let me show you guys. We're going to go over here. All right. So we're going to look at the Discords. And I bought it, again, 3 minutes before the market close. Y'all know my style. This is how I do it. The structure is there. There is I want to share with that because there's a bullish rectangle on the charts. And obviously through CPI, it broke out. It broke out through CPI, which was expected, and it held near the highs during the remaining moments of the day. The price target that I have for it, I put out here 270, but I think it can actually go higher because it's already at 267, and this is the bullish rectangle. It's right there. All right. And with this one, watch it for a move up to 275. Actually, I think it can make, because if I think the Nasdaq can go all the way up to 20K tomorrow, or at least by Friday. We got 2 more days to go. All right, but I think it can make it by tomorrow. I think if it can do that, then watch SMH for a bullish move to 275 by like 10:30 a.m. There's still room for this one. All right, now the other reason why I wanted to take a trade on SMH was because AVGO was reporting earnings, and I was suspecting an earnings beat. All right, they did crush earnings, and one of the reasons why I was bullish is because if you look at the daily chart, there's a massive bullish rectangle, just like what y'all seen with SMH, but it's much larger. SMH was only 4 hour. This one is on the weekly, right there. And when tomorrow's candle open, this green candle is gonna be that big, like that. It's gonna be huge like this. All right, and I do think it's actually going to get all the way up to I drew this to scale. Yeah, I definitely believe it's gonna go all the way up to 1750, maybe even 1760 before slowing down. I think it's gonna go it's gonna slow down really slow, and it's gonna give a chance for anybody who bought calls on AVGO to collect about 10x gains, maybe 12x gains, especially if it gets to that price, I think. All right. And with this move, again, what I want y'all to focus on is SMH because it got more room to run. And I think it can do it. Now, the next one that I want to share with all of you in today's video, that one is MU. All right. And I want to share MU with y'all for the same exact reason. There is a bullish pennant, or there was a bullish pennant on the 1 hour right here. It is quite small, but it's playing out really well. It broke out about 2 days ago, consolidated. All right, and right now is breaking above 140, and this one has room all the way up to 147.5. All right, I don't think this move is done yet. I still believe that it has more to go. So I want you to set an alert right at 143, and most importantly, look at the first 5 minutes. Look for a big green candle with massive volume at the bottom and a break of that level. You want to hear that thing ring, and you want to see the candle close strong. That way, the odds of us actually making it up there are good. All right. Now, these are the two stocks to keep in your watch list. Let's do an update. In the last video, I gave you guys HD, and congratulations to anybody who made money on HD. I told y'all that this falling wedge is not my favorite, but because everything was like, the stock itself is really low, and then there is another reason, the double bottom right here which forms. That was the reason why I shared it with y'all early, and there was a potential for a massive move with CPI. All right, there kind of was, but I didn't know for sure until it looked like this on the 5 minute. This is my favorite structure. Somebody asked me in the comment section, can you make a video about your favorite structure? This is it right here. All right, every time I make a video and I see something like this, I share with y'all, and I tell y'all every single time, the ascending triangle is my absolute favorite. I see it, I buy first, and then I manage later. All right, it's just instantaneous. So with this one, it broke out right above 335. The calls from the day before were up by 60%, and then it did a break and a retest right here. So the stop loss that I have, I gave everybody a stop loss, which was 334.75, which never ringed. Like, it got close to like maybe 1 cent away from ringing, and it bounced immediately and closed near these highs right here at 336, and that is why I bought some calls on there. I didn't buy a whole lot, but I bought a few. And then this morning this thing spiked. It spiked, and let's go down to more. I gave a new stop loss of 342, and then as soon as it got to 349, I ended up getting rid of my calls on HD and turned $607 into $5,000 at 800% gain. All right, other people made money on the stock as well. As you can see right here, somebody made 314% on HD. All right, and then somebody else also made 800% out the gates after the first 2 minutes of market open. All right, so that was the big, I would say it's the trade of the week. Somebody could argue that Apple was the trade of the week, which fairly so. Like, Apple made a massive move. So if anybody caught that one, congratulations as well. I thought this one was easy, so I shared it with y'all. All right, now let's do other updates. I want to do an update on Shopify. because Shopify is going kind of crazy right now. Ever since I shared Shopify with y'all on this Tuesday night, it didn't really go to 63 that week. It waited until this week to start pushing higher and higher. All right. So far, if you look on the left, the gap is filling already. All right. It's gonna play some games and then eventually it's gonna get up to 76. How fast is it gonna get up there? That's a mystery to me. I don't know. I can't tell you it's gonna get to $76 tomorrow. I don't know. I need more structure. I knew it was gonna push up definitely this weekend. Also with the CPI report and all that, like that was kind of obvious. All right, but for later, I would like to see something nice. I want to see a good structure that's gonna tell me exactly when and where we're gonna see another surge in volume again. If there's a day trade intraday tomorrow, that's bullish. I could take a trade on it to 69. I could. All right, but it's definitely worth watching. And that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks. And that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Eastern time. This video is super late. I know. All right, sometimes they're late. Whatever. But I made the video anyways. Definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, including the details of the contracts that I buy, and most importantly, the reasons why I take the trades to begin with. That way you get to learn along the way and get better and better. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul Nguma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.